Good morning. Haven't done that for a while. Happy to be back here in front of the camera in the beautiful podcast room of the Moore Club in Design District, Miami. Today I have with me Anastasia Cucu. She's been working with me for the last 18 months. She manages a new real estate venture that we have called MILAS. She's doing an amazing job. She'll tell you about the story. I'll start with a personal. I like to start with a personal story, how we met and how it all started. And then I'll let Anastasia lead the storytelling here and teach us a little bit about her journey, life experience, business advice, real estate, as much as you can disclose today, etc. So, me and Danny Fishman from Gaia, about 2 years ago, came up with a new venture, new investment theory that we wanted to develop. And we're looking, that was about 18 months ago, we're looking for, we had a failed attempt finding the right CEO to manage it. We call it Chief Operating Officer, but it's technically a CEO. And one of our partners from Israel, one of our big investors, calls and says, I have the perfect candidate for you. Okay, it's my investor. What am I going to do? You know, I don't usually like my investors telling me who to hire. You say, wait a minute. But I said, okay, I got to pick the meeting, right? He's a big investor, so you got to pick it up. So we meet at Pure Vita in the Design District, I think in the morning or something like that for coffee. It's just my favorite coffee shop. And Anastasia comes, this beautiful blonde woman, young, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I have the stereotype. I have the right automatic stereotype, blonde, young woman. Nothing good can happen out of it. What a waste of my time. What they're thinking. And so I start talking to her and I said, wait a minute. Forget what you thought. This woman's very smart, very interesting, knows what she wants to do. We're starting talking dialogue and I see she catches, the things that I say. It's like a ping pong. She catches it very fast and absorbs it and sends something back towards my direction. I'm saying, well, that's interesting, But in life, it's about execution. So I said, okay, look, the brain is working very good. She's very motivated. She wants to make a change and transfer in a kind of a bigger, different direction, more institutional. Definitely, she has the motivation. Definitely, she has the intellectual capacity. Well, let's see, what can we lose? Let's see the execution, which is the hardest part. And I think, a week later, she started working for us.
Yeah, a week.
Yeah, and she's been doing really amazing job. Really surprised me all over. So I'll let her talk a little bit about, Anastasia, tell us a little bit about your life journey. You had an interesting story, different stations, transformations. And I'm sure people would like to hear about it and see how, story of life takes you.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Doron, for having me. This is exciting. I think this is the first time that I'll be telling my story out there, so to share with everyone. Like a lot of people around me in my circle, they know the story, and I've been telling it like in bits, but I don't think I ever put it all together and out there. So my story actually started, I think before coming here to US. I was born in Moldova, grew up there, and I grew up in a very good family. My parents did very well. They're above middle class, successful entrepreneurs, but very tough, Eastern European family, parents. They're like love control and they tell you what to do, how to do it, what you're gonna study, who you're gonna marry. It's like everything is predetermined. So I had a passion for architecture. This is what I wanted. I was like a kid and I taught myself how to work in 3D CAD and build houses. This is what I would stay until midnight, all night long and build this. And I told my mom, this is what I want to study. I want to do this. She was like, you crazy? There is no money there. You're going to go study that. You're going to go study finance and banking. That's what you're going to do. I was like, okay, this is a nightmare.
I heard that story. The version.
So I got into university first year. I was 18 years old. And all I could think about, I need to get out of here. So I applied for this program. It was work and travel program to come to US. I got this visa. I told my parents that I'm not going to be able to study in Moldova because I was studying business financing, but everything in English. So I told them, if you want me to do well here, I need to go to US one summer, get my English good, I'll come back and I'll finish university amazing. My mom didn't buy it, but I knew where to pressure my dad. So my dad's like, okay, fine, go for 3 months, but you're back. I got out of there. I
never saw you again.
No, I got this visa. I got $500 from my parents. I got a small suitcase. I looked at them in the airport. I was like, this is the last time I'm seeing this. And I came to US, actually to Texas, in a small town called Galveston. Probably very few people know where is Galveston, but Galveston is on the Gulf of Mexico. Now it's Gulf of America. Next to Texas City. It's an oil and gas city. So all you see from when you drive from Houston airport to Galveston, all you see is all fields, trucks, completely opposite of what I imagined of America to be. But the whole thing was that I wanted to run away from home because I was craving freedom. I wanted to find who I am, what I can do, what is my maximum potential. Right. And I had a dream to be a developer, to build beautiful properties, to do something, to create and leave something behind. So that was kind of the dream and what was motivating me. So, and plus watching all the American movies. So you have the New York vision. So I got to Texas and I've seen the whole views, and I was like, okay, 3 months, and then I'm gonna have to find a way how to go to New York. But one thing led to another thing, and then from Galveston I moved to Houston. And in Houston, I actually met a couple Israeli people, and I was looking for a job because I applied for school. So I got a student visa. That's how I transferred my visa. And then I got this student visa, and then I was looking for a job at the same time. So I found these guys in the mall, in the Agalot, in these kiosks. Yeah. So I told them, I need a job. I'm moving from Galveston in 3 months, so I need to work somewhere. So I was with a friend at the time when I was talking to him. It's like, if you make your friend buy from us something, I'll give you a job. I was like, okay, no problem. I told my friend, I was like, you gotta buy something from this because you go back to Moldova, I'm gonna stay here, so you have to buy something. So she bought, and this is how I got the job from these guys. And then I actually worked with them for a few years.
How many years you worked with them?
I think it was like 3 or 4 years. But
only in Dallas there? Only in Texas?
Houston. Yes, but how it worked, I worked 1 year with them, and then I picked up the business and I said, okay, I can do it myself. So I actually opened my kiosks. So I opened my kiosk, I was buying the products from them, and I wanted to bring my people. So in that time was the green card lottery, was a big thing in Eastern Europe. So I was looking for people, especially girls in Moldova, that win the green card lottery. So I was telling them, if you win the green card, I'll help you get to US, I'll buy you the ticket, I'll give you a job, I'll train you, I'll teach you how to work, but you have to work for me.
And so what, you advertised it in Moldova?
I advertised this in Facebook and just for friends. Yeah. So I actually got like 7 people to come from Moldova, and I did this with 2 of my friends. And we had a kiosk, I had all these people, I teach them how to sell, and we're doing great. And I did that for I think like 3 years. I think so, 3 years. And that was my first business. I moved at 18, so at 19 I started my first business. But I was studying 2 days a week and 5 days a week working business, running all of this. And then...
school was worth anything? You learned anything in school, or just English, or what? Or you had to do it?
It was college, so I went to college. It was
But you learned anything valuable?
No. I went there, so first I went there, and first classes, I stay in class, I'm like, this is so strange. I studied this in 8th grade in Moldova. I was like, this is waste of time. So I went to a couple of the teachers. I went to them. I told them, look, I know all of this. I study. I'll come to the test. I'll give you the test. I don't need to come every day. And a couple of the teachers agreed to that. So I didn't have to waste my time to come to classes. So I would just come and give the test and go with it.
Wow.
But then later on, because later on I started to I got into another business because I wanted to grow. So I was doing the sales, but also I went and I took a course in this company in Albany, New York. They were teaching how to become a broker for loans. So they would connect you 50 different alternative banks. And what we would need to do is go and find companies like small businesses or entrepreneurs that are looking for money, hard money loans, or any type of alternative type of funding that is more expensive, but it's good for them until they start. Right. Especially like businesses that are in trouble, they are looking for line of credit, like different type of financial...
higher interest rate.
Yeah. So I went there, they give me the whole playbook. They give me all the connections, and I have no clue how that works. I was like, okay, I'll like use them to teach me how to do that, and I would just like go to all these networking events, and I found out how to find clients. I would like go to banks, and all these bank tellers in the banks. Usually businesses come to them and they turn them down because they have bad, the scoring is bad or something is wrong. So I told them, look, I can help your clients get financing, and once they're doing better, they're going to come back to you. So anything that you cannot approve in the bank, send it to me.
That's a great idea. And who told you to go to the banks?
I just figured it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would never. That's a great. That's a great angle.
So that was my second business, but I was doing it because I was like 22 or 23. I didn't have a financing background, so I was doing okay, and I didn't really enjoy it. So I got out of it. And I got into another thing. I got into medical sales. And that was cool, exciting. I was like 24 or 25. I dropped out of school because I found a way how to stay. So this was great. So the whole model of this medical sale was we were doing expos. So we found our manufacturers. So I was working with 3 different companies. So I was partnering in 3 different companies. And we had different products, like medical devices, and we would fly like a book.
What kind of products? What kind of medical?
It was medical devices mainly for face, so it was like microcurrents, infrareds, blue lights, different stuff. All face, joints. So it would work with a lot of doctors and like private offices, private clinics. So we'd go to this medical expos and sell this. It was cool. So it was a lot of traveling, and I love selling. So that was a great mixture. I think I've been to like 20, 30 states all over the country. So it was amazing for that period of my life. And then, COVID hit and everything shut down. This was the whole model of the business, was to do all these expos, and the COVID kind of killed it. Yeah. And also remember there was April 1st of 2020. This is when everything shut down. So this is actually the 2020 for us was the big year to expand outside of US. And the first big trip was to go to Australia on April 1st for a month. And we had there booked already big expos. So everything, we were so excited, the whole team to go. And then all this happened. We had to cancel, all my calendar went red. And I had to figure out what to do, another thing. So I think like a month in, another friend of mine called me. He's like, I know you're in all this medical sales. I have this great company. We've been working with them. They have this product. They started in 2008. It's a microfilm that has encapsulated silver ions that they use it for hospitals to, like, they apply it everywhere, and the product creates self-disinfecting surfaces. So without cleaning it, it kills viruses and bacteria. I was like, this is great. COVID is hitting, is coming. So maybe you can do something with it. I was like, okay, you know what? Send me the company. Let me think about it, and I'll figure something out. So actually from that product, that manufacturer was in France. I called this guy, and because he was working with this type of product.
So there's a COVID-related the product.
But because the product was new and COVID was new, nobody knew nothing about it. So I was like, okay, let's figure out a way how we can use this, and maybe we can help. So I called him. I was like, what you can do? Like, what is your skill with this product? Right. He's like, I know how to apply this product, how to work with it. I was like, okay, good. Do you know somebody that can create like a good marketing, like need website and all this? He said yes. I was like, okay, I'm gonna build the strategy, and I'll think of a way how to get clients. I think in a month, we put the whole thing together, the whole website, the strategy. When we ran it on Google Ads, we had so many people just calling because everybody were looking for solution to get their businesses running. And it actually flew. So one of the first clients was Met Insurance, in New York. Yeah. They had this building, so we had like 5 floors in Met in New York. Then Subaru, the car company.
Wow.
They came to us because they have their headquarters offices, but also they have the whole warehouses, and they cannot shut it down. They need to work. So they gave us the headquarters, the office. They liked it, and then we did 20 big warehouses all over the country, and it was like each warehouse like 1,000.
You just go in every warehouse and you clean the whole surfaces.
So it's not cleaning; it's a film that we applied it on anywhere people touch, tables, doors.
So you cover the table with the film, and then there's no virus on it.
Yeah. So if you touch it, for example, you cough, you touch it, gets on that surface. Because that encapsulated silver ion, when it interacts with humidity from the air, it activates, so that virus gets killed when it touches the surface.
Wow.
So this wasn't the only thing that they were doing, all this company, that it was an additional layer of security.
Because no one knew what's going on.
Yes.
It was all open.
So we did all of that. So it's like a lot of different companies. Wow. And then it started kind of easing out. We finished the last project, and we got out of this company, and this is when I got into real estate.
So that company was where, in Houston still?
No, so this company actually was here in Miami. We started.
So you're already in Miami. You moved. When did you move to Miami?
I moved to Miami in 2018 when I was still in the medical.
So you're already That's what So
yes.
So 2008, but not real estate. You're still doing the medical things.
Yes.
COVID. And then that back down like about 2022?
So
2021.
2018 till 2020. In 2020, I started this medical film product. And then in the middle of COVID, end of July, I moved to New York because all the main clients for this new company were in New York. Okay. So everybody were like moving from New York to Miami. I moved from Miami to New York. My friends were like...
right into the storm.
But I saw the opportunity over there, and I saw the opportunity to actually be in that environment and being around all that clients. And it helped a lot, and we did very well, my partner and I. And then once the kind of COVID kind of eased out, we decided to not continue. We're looking at different things, maybe to grow that.
Yeah.
That actually, it wasn't my passion, or I wasn't looking to do that type of business. It just kind of happened, and I grabbed the opportunity and I ran with it. Okay,
so then this ends, and then you make the transfer into real estate. So what suddenly grabs you into real estate? That passion for architecture from back in the days, or what is it that got you into real estate? Or just an opportunity, or what?
No, so the interesting thing is that I always wanted to go into real estate, even from the beginning. Remember, I moved here to go study architecture. So when I got here, I went to apply for school, and the tuition was so high. I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to need to find another way to do it. So then, even when I were in Texas, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to get a license for real estate license and just get my career started. And every time there is like something happening, and I would not get into it. Like all the time there is something happen. So I got my license actually in real estate in Miami in 2020, before COVID. So I got my license, I think I got my license in February 9th, I think, of 2020. And this COVID happened, this opportunity came, I grabbed that opportunity and I ran with it. And then once I got out of this last business, I was like, okay, I think I need to get back to what I'm trying to get into real estate for so long. I need to get back to it. So, but I didn't want to be a real estate agent, but I knew and I understood that I need to learn the market, understand the market, and understand, So I got this, it's how I got it in. I got it through a brokerage, and I started selling properties, renting, representing a lot of work with some big companies.
Then you work in a big condo development. the part I know, you're working on a big condo development in South Beach, right? For
Yeah, so I was selling
the one hotel or next to the one hotel condos or something there, right?
Yeah, so I was selling a portfolio for institutional company.
Right.
I was selling all their portfolios. So I was actually directly working with them. That was kind of the last thing. But
okay.
Yeah, but in the same time, so when I got into real estate, my first thing in my mind was like, okay, I'm learning how the market works, how everything in Miami works, but I need to find a way how to get into development.
Right.
So I think I got my first listing, it was a rental listing, I think like 2 or 3 months in. And a girl came to my listing to show to her client the property, and we ended up closing the deal. So the last walkthrough, talking to her, like, so what do you do? She's like, I'm an architect, but I work for this big company. They do project management and owner's rep. And I've been working with them for the last 5 years. I was like, oh, interesting. So how does that work?
Which company is it?
Amicon. Used to be Amicon, and Amicon got bought by Cummings Group.
And so you went to work for them?
No, so I didn't want to work for a big company like that, but I wanted to learn the path and how they're doing. So I asked her, this is great. And I saw how she was like dealing with everything. I was like, you know what? Did you ever think about like starting your company? And she's like, yeah, I would like to do my projects. So I told her, look, what if I bring your client? Would you start a project with me, separate from your company? Just do it with me. I want to shadow you. I want to learn from you everything you do. And then, promise you I'll bring you more clients and we can build this together. She said, okay, if you can bring me a client, of course. I think less than a month in, I find somebody, he bought a land and he wants to build a house in North Miami. I was like, I have a client. Let's get the first meeting. You're going to help me to close the deal. We got the client. And we did the project. We were working on this big house. And that's actually how I learned to be from this side, from the project management, owner's rep, being in all of this and shadowing her. And then, so for her company that she was working for, I was like, I have another client. I have a friend of mine. She's building this house on Venetian Island. It's a big project. I cannot take it. But I can bring it to your company. Let's pitch it. They would want to take it. But I'll bring it to them only if I'll be part of the deal and I'll be part of all these meetings and part of all the projects. I'll get some, like a little bit pay. I don't care much about the payment here.
I want to be involved in the project.
Yes, I want to learn. I want to learn the systems. I want to learn everything from inside.
Yeah.
So I brought the client and I got inside.
They accepted it? They did it?
They accepted the deal. Because I talked to their CEO. So I told him, look, this is a big project. It's a $20 million home. The construction cost was about $8.5 million. So it's a big client. They're going to make a lot of money. So why do you care if I'm going to be on all your meetings? Plus, I told them, I'll be there. It's going to be easier for you because the client is my friend. So if you need help, I'll know how to talk to her. So they agreed to it. And that was like in the first year, I think like a couple months in. So it was the second project.
Wow.
And then the third project, I met some people in New York that they became one of my best friends. And
how did the house come out?
It's actually, they finished the house, beautiful house. Amazing. It's on San Marco Island on the water. Beautiful.
Okay.
And the third project in that year was these friends of mine that became friends. They are like, we were looking to buy an apartment in New York, in Miami, in downtown. We need help with that, but also we need somebody to do all the design build. So unlucky or maybe lucky, this girl that I started this venture with, she's like, I'm getting married and I'm moving to Europe. I was like, damn it, what do I do now? I was like, I'm gonna be forced to do it myself. So I get these clients, the new clients. I was like, you know what? I'll do it myself. I'll figure it out. I'll take it. I'll find the right people.
What was he doing?
So was a penthouse, a 2-story penthouse, like almost 3,000 square feet. And they hired me to do the full design build. So I designed it, I find the GC, I manage the whole construction.
Renovate, it's a new construction or they're just regutting everything?
Regutting everything. So I find a good GC. And I was like, you know what? I'll learn from the GC. I'll hire the right people, and with them, whatever I don't know, I'll have all these consultants. I don't need to know everything. I need to know how to manage a project. And I'm very good at it. I've been managing so many projects and people throughout the years. I can do it. The project came out amazing. And this is actually when I was like phasing out of this, finishing this project. And this is when Eyal reached out to me and told me about this. And at that point, I was building the company. I was like, this is awesome. I got everything, how it works. I got the right people. I built the team, everything. I was building my whole marketing strategy already. And then it was the beginning of, 2025?
25,
Yeah. And Eyal is, I don't remember, calling me, I think. He's like, have this amazing idea. We're starting this, and I think you're going to be great at this. I was like, but I have a company. I have a thing that's going on. I don't know if I can just drop right now, leave everything. I worked on this, and you're starting something. I don't know. It's where that's going to go. I don't know. And I never really work for somebody. I always was, the entrepreneur. I was always working, figuring out things, building. That's what I love to do. I like finding a problem, finding a solution, and building something. And I remember because I talked to him, and then first I met with you, and I was like, you know what? I remember I also told to my friend, I was like, I don't know what to do because I have this momentum going with my company, but in the same time, I know Eyal, I know Danny.
But we weren't even sure how cooked were we already on our concept and everything. I mean, like
Nothing.
It changes there, right? We're just the beginning. We're just figuring out a little bit what we're gonna do exactly. So it wasn't like it is now when we know all the things that we know now.
Yeah,
right? It was
it was all over the place. That's what scared me. I was like, oh my god, this is like all over the place. I'm not sure if what I'm getting myself in. But you know what? I took the chance because of the people that are involved in this. So first I was like, Eyal will never get himself into something that is not going to be successful. So that's one. Second, I knew Danny. I was like, Danny does great. And then I met you. I was like, I like Doron. I was like, you know what? I'll just go run with it. And I'm going to make the best of it.
So okay, what do you think? Going back to my first point, you're a woman and in this role, and attractive woman coming to a meeting. How do you worry? Oh, he's going to think I'm just a beautiful blonde or something like that, or just like I don't give a shit what people care. I'm a woman. I'm just going to do my thing. And how do you deal with that, on a daily basis? Is it complicated when you go to meet people that don't know you? Like, I don't know you. I never met you. Are you worried about wrong ideas that people might have, or impressions or stigmas?
Yeah.
My daughter always gives me a hard time about stigmas, and so I mean, is it hard for a woman? Tell us a little bit about. It's the first woman. My daughter just told me it's the first woman we ever had in a podcast. I'm like, oh wow, I'm sorry, and so. This is a very successful woman. It's like 100%. You're 100% heart of a developer of a real estate. I don't see a lot of people. I'll tell you later, but you definitely have it. And so tell us a little bit about it. I'll go into that later. Tell us a little bit about how does it feel to be a woman in this.
I think
okay, sales. There's probably more medical devices. There's more women probably in sales. It's more the aesthetics world and that. But now you walk into real estate, GCs, developers, institutional funding, investors, and there's not a lot of women entrepreneurs in that business, right?
Yeah.
So they're a little bit more.
It's definitely a men's
construction?
world.
What do you know about finance? It's like a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Trump, man,
It's definitely a men's world. It became you can see more women starting to get and penetrate this market and in this industry in the last probably decade, but it's harder and harder. Even if you see women in this industry, it's usually on the lower positions, right? I love it. I'm thriving, and the woman part of it, the stigmas, I take that as my superpower and I use it to the best of it. I like to surprise people, and I like people in the beginning to think that I'm the pretty...
So it. You say that guy does, man. I'm going to surprise. Actually, it could be advantage, right?
Yeah.
He's not ready for what's coming.
Yeah, I love it.
I'll trick him. He's off guard.
I'll let him think that I'm the pretty, blonde, Miami girl. Let him think that, and then I'll show him my cards. But at the beginning, definitely use that as my superpower. But
wait, just Sonia. By the way, I did have with Stephanie Two-Taker. It's a very powerful woman, also. I think my first podcast, but she interviewed me about 10 years ago. But she's another example of a very powerful woman. Talk a little bit about how it is to be a woman in a men's world like that. This development, construction, business is very man oriented, and so
okay.
Like you go to meetings, with Eyal, he says, "Oh, show them a leg or something." And so they're having fun. All the construction, they never see a woman, better a beautiful woman come in the room into a meeting with GCs and so on. That's
I love it.
So it's I don't think they've seen anything like that.
No, that's.
I remember when we went the Moss guys. You remember we went to lunch or something. And they're like, "Oh, what's going on? Look at this Eyal." Instead of meeting, sleazy, not sleazy, but sweaty construction guys and running around. And it's a fresh change, and I'm sure.
And then you see Anastasia coming high heels on the construction site.
And then you start being tough with them, and you're very precise. So they're very like, "What's going on here?" And
that's the cool part of that,
right.
So let's we can go into it. So first of all, I love a good challenge.
Right.
I think this is what drives me in life. It's the challenge.
Right.
I'm looking for it.
Right.
Whenever it's getting easy, I get bored and I'm like getting out, looking for the challenge. So I think subconsciously being was looking to get into this because of the challenge.
Right.
And this is what drives me. And being around men, it's interesting. It's every day, especially in this world, it's every day you learn something new. Every day it pushes you to be stronger, to get out of your comfort zone. So I think that's one. I don't see it as, I never look at it as, oh, I'm a woman and I'm in this world and how they will perceive me or they will think of me as inferior.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Come in with a confidence and say no.
And I know what I want. And I know how I want it done. And I think in the beginning, men usually look at me, smile, and they think that I'm going to stay over there, sit, and not going to say anything or just going to listen to them until I'm going to stand up and I'll tell them how I need things to be done and how high are my expectations. And only then they start understanding who is in the room and taking me serious. And
I can tell you after 18 months. So like someone has, let's say, a lot of people have, I want to do real estate development. That sounds cool and I want to be a real estate developer. And I'm motivated about maybe I studied it or whatever and I have the intention. But the ability to execute and that you don't have, and take the risk associated with that. So it's understanding afterwards the risks that you might be taking, right? Which are huge, which are big. And that's already a lot of the people suddenly when they realize the risk, they're out of the picture. They don't want to risk everything. But then execution, the price, like talk a little bit about the sacrifice that requires to execute, right? I mean, execution is like getting up early, staying late, thinking at night about all the things I have to do, the weekend taking phone calls from investors, partners, what's going on with that, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's like 24/7, right? To execute, really. And that's like successful developers, wannabe developers. I think the big difference is execution. So 100%. You're doing amazing execution for MILAS. So I don't think a lot of people understand what it requires execution. It's the sacrifice that goes with execution, to get things done.
I think, first of all, you have to have this mindset that you are all in and there is no way back. For no matter what reason in the world, there is no way back. It's only, you're going only straight, you see the end goal, the target, and you go for it. Like, like a pit bull. Yeah. You show him where to go and he runs for it. No matter, it doesn't see no obstacles. This is my mindset. This is my mindset from day one. And this mindset applies to everything, to waking up at 6 a.m., working out, I have a very rigid, strict discipline from health, moving into my working days, the structures, everything. It's super structural. It's I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I need to execute. Not precisely like, okay, I know the big picture of what I'm going to get, because all the time it shapes up. But you definitely need to be able to just
it's a big sacrifice in personal life.
Yes.
And that it's a big sacrifice. Health, pressure. Like, okay, everyone there's a big awareness now of pressure kills. Pressure, like dealing with pressure, has medical and aging and other, influences. So that's a big thing, right? Taking that pressure and I'm going to chew this pressure and I'm going to deal with it. I mean, you're feeling that?
I don't feel it.
You don't feel it? Okay, good.
Maybe because I'm young and I'm full of life and I have the dream and I have the passion.
Great. That's
and
better.
I love what I do.
Right.
And I think the key here is that you have to love what you do. You have to be passionate about 100%. It. Because if you're not, this pressure is going to kill you.
Right.
This 24-hour being on top of it, thinking, going to sleep, thinking about it, waking up, thinking about it, going for it, looking all the time for a solution, because you all the time, every minute of your day, you're hit with problems that you need to figure out, and you cannot back off. You need to go. And if you don't love what you do, you're gonna crack. The pressure is gonna kill you, and you're gonna give up. I cannot give up because this is it. This is my life. That's what I want to do.
So that's like the one good advice, I think. And I always tell everyone, you got to find what you like. That would be advice number one, and just commit to it, whatever it is. It's like being a chef or a photographer or whatever it is, a hairdresser. Just like if that's what you love, or real estate, then just go all the way. But that takes me one of my partners, Robert, used to always say, lessons learned.
Yeah.
Right. And what's it like you want to give other people going on their real estate journey, real estate investment? We're talking here real estate and that. So, like, what are the lessons learned, or what advice you want to give people that are either entering the real estate market or in there that you learned the hard way? They should avoid, like the one or two lessons that you have in, like, lessons learned in the hard way. You got burned.
Yeah.
Like, is there anything specific besides doing, what you're passionate about and kind of led your journey? Is there anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, because so there is one big lesson that now looking back, I wish I listened to my intuition better. Because I knew that I want to be in real estate. I knew that I want to be a developer. And this is like kind of what drove me to come to US and start my journey. But in all my 20s, I had like 3-4 businesses and did different things. And I was constantly looking for myself. Oh, what I want to do, who I want to be, what's my passion. All the time in my back of my mind, what's my passion, what I'm doing, where I'm going. And then in the end, I'm doing this. I'm like looking back, it's like I knew it. My intuition was telling me this is what I need to do.
You need to go your path and the journey to end the story.
So I think it's like two things here is that everything that I learned through my journey by doing all these things, it built who I am today. And maybe if I would have jumped right away into real estate, I wouldn't know so many things and so many laterals of this business. But in the same time, if I would have started to get into real estate in my early 20s when I just got here, maybe I would have been even farther and didn't...
Did you ever read the book The Alchemist, by the way?
No, I haven't.
But so anyone who hasn't read about finding your journey, it's a famous book. The guy won the Nobel Prize for it afterwards, for literature. But it's a classic book about... Alchemist is a guy who makes out of metal and makes it gold, right? And how you find your path. He had to go through a whole trip and path to find his way to reach that level. And so it's like you're saying, you wanted to be that, but you had to go to Dallas and this little town in Texas and do all those things to end up in the end where you are now, right? And where does that take you from there?
Yeah.
So this is the first part. We're going to do a second part in a few months. But we're going to start this new game that Sonia came up with. I don't know if she came up or Claude came up, called Buy, Build, and Build. And basically, it's also a chance for you to talk about which neighborhoods you really like and which developments mainly you really like in Miami.
Okay.
I'd like to hear what real estate development projects really impressed you and why. So I'm going to give you 3 neighborhoods, and then you're going to tell me which one is buy, build, or bail. Buy is buy something as is right now. Build is worth investing, trying to develop it.
Okay.
And bail is get out of there. It's overrated or whatever. Never going to move, right? Mm-hmm. So the first 3: Design District, Edgewater, Midtown Miami.
Midtown. Okay.
You just say who is your favorite, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's different ways to look at it.
Okay, so between Design District and Edgewater would be the buy and build.
Right.
Where would I build more? Probably I would build in Design District and
Okay.
buy in Edgewater,
Okay.
and I would build Midtown. I also think Midtown is good, but from all
I
3 of
agree
those.
with you. Buy Edgewater is great deals right now.
Yeah.
Nowhere buying. I mean, Edgewater right now is really some good deals in condos, and
Yeah.
Design District is huge development opportunity.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. And the next 3 is Brickell, Waynewood, and downtown Miami.
Brickell, Wynwood, downtown. I would buy Brickell.
Right.
I would bail on downtown, and I would build in Wynwood.
I agree. Well, we think the same.
We work together. It's great. We think the same.
I'm gonna skip the next one. Coconut Grove, Coral Gables, and Pinecrest.
Coconut Grove, Coral Gables. Coconut Grove and Coral Gables.
Right.
This would be the buy and build.
Right.
Build Coconut Grove.
Right. I agree
Coral
with you.
Gables I would buy,
Right.
and I would bail on Pinecrest.
I'm with you. Miami, Surfside, Bal Harbor.
Miami, Surfside,
Bal Harbor. Miami Beach, sorry.
Miami Beach.
Sorry.
I would buy and build Surfside and Bal Harbor, and I will bail on Miami Beach.
Right. Which one would you build? Surfside? Which one will you build in?
Surfside.
Surfside. I'm exact same in Bal Harbor, which is existing.
Yeah.
Wow, we're 1-1. Okay. Aventura, Hollandale Beach, and Hollywood.
I would bail on all that. Not my
Really?
favorite part of. No, but okay. So, Aventura. I would buy. No, I would actually build in Aventura.
Yeah.
Hollywood and Hollandale.
Hollandale Beach and Hollywood. I would buy and build in Aventura and forget the 2 other ones. Can you do that? I don't know.
The other ones I'm not like.
I think
a fan of.
Aventura has great values.
Yes,
I was
I
just
agree.
telling Moti, our attorney yesterday, Moti, I'm telling you the values in Aventura are just unbelievably.
Totally.
Unbelievable. That's the place to buy. And we tell Eyal Sapir all the time. He doesn't want to listen. That's a great
That's
opportunity.
fixable.
River, Alapata,
Okay.
and North Miami. You know, North
That's good.
Miami
Yeah,
is
yeah.
163rd there, 123rd.
Little River. So Little River, I will buy. Alapata, even Alapata, I would not build yet, but I would buy. So
Okay.
Little River and Alapata, I would definitely buy. The North Miami, I would bail.
I'm with you.
But I'm not sure where I would build first. Probably Little River, I would build before Alapata.
I would buy and build Little River, and we own an office building and a parking there in Little River, and
Yeah.
I would never sell that one. I'll just tell my partners that that's the last property we're selling. I just sent an email the other day. It's the last one I'm selling. I'm holding this when I retire.
It's a great building.
Yeah,
Beautiful
and
building.
and I would buy more there. You know, if I would just then build there also.
Yeah.
Probably takes a little bit of time.
You can come up with 3 of your own, 3 neighborhoods.
No, wait. Now I want to ask her what's her 2 favorite developments. So, like you want to be a developer, and you know you're inspiring, and we're going to talk about your development next time, next stage of this part 2 of this interview. But before we do, let's just hear like what inspired you, what developed you say, wow, that's the development I want to do, you know, and you say, I see you, you know, I'm gonna come get you.
Clap you. See you, girl.
I see. I'm gonna do something like that. That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Chapeau.
There are a few actually beautiful. There are a lot of beautiful, great projects going up right now in Miami. I have a few that are my favorites. I love Villa Miami, and I think I've been a big supporter. And
Villa Miami is in Edgewater,
yeah.
so a condo building right on the water.
Beautiful project. I love the architect, ODP. We work right now with ODP. Great team, great people, and Villa Miami is just beautiful.
Terra is the developer, right?
Terra is the developer, and they're with Carbon Group, I don't know.
Yeah. Food group?
Yeah, major food group.
I walk by it like 2-3 times a week and see how it falls. And Moss is building it. Moss is the GC.
Moss is the GC. I live next to it.
Right, you live right next to it, right?
Yeah, so I love the project. Location is amazing. I love Edgewater.
Yeah.
I think I bet a lot on this neighborhood. I think this is the epicenter of Miami.
I agree with you. Look, we agree on everything. I think Edgewater is the best neighborhood here.
So that's one. The second one, which I love, and I wish to see more of this coming, and they're coming, is the Miami residences in the Design District. Beautiful project. Beautiful. And
I'm not that crazy about the architecture.
Yeah.
But I think the location is amazing. And
the hotel component.
Hotel next to the Phuket, right? The Phuket, forget the French, Parisian hotel.
Yeah.
And I think the location is, it's so needed, and it'll be amazing. You go down, you have all those restaurants and, and that. And
you know, when I moved to Miami, it was like 2018, and I remember coming to Design District, and there was nothing happening over there. But my first thought, actually, probably my developer, instinct came to me. Like, I looked around, and my first question was like, why there are no apartments above all of this retail?
Yeah.
It's like, why? This would be amazing over here. Just to have cool apartment buildings, because in Houston, there is a big development over there. It's called River Oaks.
Yeah.
So you have first ground floor is all retail, restaurants, beautiful, all high end, and second floors is all like second, third, even like I think like goes 6-7 floors up, and it's all luxury apartment. It's an amazing area over there.
Yeah.
And when I saw Design District, I was like, why didn't they do that?
You thought we were thinking residence, right? So me and Chris, one of my partners. Even 10 years ago, we were pitching a hotel in Design District, like a boutique hotel.
Yeah.
We had the land there, and no one thought that the design is going to pick up. I don't think even we thought that it's going to pick that much.
Yeah.
But we thought, look, it has all the infrastructure. It's a great hotel, close to the airport. Come down 10 minutes 15 minutes from the airport, stay a night or two. You don't want to go into Miami Beach. You got everything downstairs. But talk about a developer, Craig Robbins, and Design District, about 20-year journey to making the Design District what is unbelievable. I think it's still going to fly. I mean, it's still just the 100%. Beginning of right.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think what he created is beyond.
Yeah.
Amazing, yes.
And also the More Club, right, where we're sitting now, is we just joined it recently.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
I think they're doing great. I think it's the only club in Miami that has this, I think, vibe, and the way how they put together, they curate these events, but also they have this direction of networking, business. It's all like business direction. So it's interesting, especially with all this new people that are moving to Miami. It's more professionals, young professionals, and they want to find a place where they can meet people alike, right? This is like, this was my first issue when I just moved to Miami, because Houston is all about business, networking. There's so many networking events and networking clubs in Houston. I used to go like at least once a week.
I think they're based don't they have one in Houston? They also
yes, in Dallas. In Dallas they have. So when I moved to Miami, I was looking for this networking event. I went to a few of them. I was like, this looks like party. This doesn't look like networking. Nobody's talking about business here. Everyone is talking, where are we going to go party? And seeing this happening actually at the More, it's amazing. Took me time to find it, but it's great.
So last question, we connected to Moderno.
Yeah.
So tell us how it is. You work a lot with my partner Eyal Sapir.
Yeah.
He's my partner in Moderno, and he's the head of construction for MILAS. So tell us about working with Eyal. You also get to work with Johnny. on some models, a little bit with Neza, with Sonia a little bit, our new join, and a new team member. So tell us a little bit, a lot of hours with Eyal.
Yes.
And
Eyal is
like you're 24/7 almost. I mean,
hand in hand.
After 5 p.m.
Yeah.
8 to 5, 8 to 5.
He's like Cinderella. At 5 p.m. he turns into a pumpkin. He needs to go home. We always joke about it.
Yeah.
But honestly, amazing.
Yeah.
Love working with Eyal. He's
Yeah.
great guy.
Yeah.
I think we work great together because we're opposites, like in so many things.
Complement each other.
Yeah. So this is like he's the one that will like slow down and will show me, hey, look at this. This is of concern. I was like,
Yeah.
why are you worried? Let's go.
He's always worried about something.
He's like, don't worry, I'll figure it out. But he's smart, and
Yeah.
he. I know that I always can trust him.
Yeah.
And if I know that I ask him something to do or his opinion, I know that I can always trust his
agree with you.
opinion.
Yes.
I can always trust that the things are going to get done. I can always rely on his expertise and on his advice. It's amazing.
Great.
Johnny, he's brilliant. He's smart, sharp guy. He's awesome. Like really,
Cool.
like we did so many work together. He's the go-to person when we need to dig deeper in all the Excel numbers.
Right,
I was like,
right.
Johnny, jump on this. I need your help.
Right.
it's
So
really
Milas
good.
actually sat in the Moderno office. I think the first 6 months. No, the first year of Milas or something like that. Yeah, the first
Yeah.
year, first 12 months. They had a lot of interaction together. Now they have their own beautiful office.
Yeah.
And so thank you very much. We'll
Thank
do
you.
the second stage, I guess, towards the end of the year, and we'll talk more about Milas. And
We must.
yeah, we will. And so thank you.
Thank you so much. This
Thank
is
you,
great.
Sonia, team member of More Club.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Bye.